I love watching people's Amazon reviews and, you know, the coolest things that they find on Amazon, but like those are things that they're buying currently, recently, and I always wonder, like a year later, 2 years later, are they still using those things? Do they really like them long term? Okay, Sterilite plastic set of shelves. Now, in this picture, they have it in a very formal looking kind of front foyer area. I would not put these plastic shelves there. I would use them for a basement or a garage or a laundry room, but we actually got these to put in the closet in my husband's office to help organize like office supplies and all of his camera equipment and different things, and they work great for that. They fit perfectly inside his little closet. We built them, you know, they went together no problem, and so it's been fine for what we were looking for. Okay, so I bought this Rocketbook notebook as part of a, what do they call it? Amazon Treasure Truck. So if you're an Amazon Prime member, you can get these notifications, I guess every day pretty much, of like different deals that they're doing. It used to be an actual physical truck, and it would go to like different stops in your area, and you'd go there and pick up your thing that you got on a deal. But now, you know, since the pandemic, they've been doing it kind of virtually. So it's basically just something you order and it ships to you, but it's at a deal. So I'd heard of these Rocketbook notebooks before. I thought it sounded like a cool idea. This was on a deal, so I went ahead and ordered one. I'm not super impressed. The people who love them really love them, and that's great. But it's basically a notebook where each page has like a little QR code or something, and when you write on it and take a picture of that page, then with an app on your phone, you tell it like where to store that picture. You can put it in your Google Drive or Evernote or email it to somebody. You can tell it by the different symbols that you have selected on the page, like what subfolder or how to name the file, or that part is really cool. The part that I'm not a fan of is that it's supposed to be like a fully reusable notebook. The whole point is that you write in this notebook, you take a picture, that picture of the page gets filed somewhere, and then you can erase the physical page and use it again. But it basically works by using Pilot friction pens, which, I mean, that's like a real thing. You can just buy them on your own. They're a fully erasable pen. The pens work because of the friction and heat of just rubbing like the rubber end of the pen over what you wrote. That also means that if you have it in a hot car, everything will just erase. You know, if you like have it in just too hot of a place, if you have it next to your coffee mug or whatever, like there's a lot of weird things about the friction pens. And also in this notebook, it never really erases like 100% cleanly. So I'm not a fan of the erasable aspect of it, which was kind of what I had wanted it for. The app part of it is cool, and the way that you can like store the images is cool. I kind of wish that there was something maybe where you could just take like that little QR code or whatever from the corner of the page, just that part, and put it on any page of any notebook and use the app and file things that way. That would be more useful to me, I think. Okay, so the next item is these spa headbands. Actually, a friend of mine had given me a very similar one for Christmas a couple years before. And I used that like for washing my face and stuff. Previously, I just used regular plastic headbands or elastic headbands or whatever. So this is actually made out of terry cloth towel. Anyway, hers, I finally had to get rid of it after a couple of years, so I just wanted a replacement. Of course, you can't just buy one of something small like this on Amazon, so you had to get a whole set of like 5 or 6. So the color that I got actually isn't on here anymore. Mine are like a much more bright blue, like bright turquoise blue. You've probably seen me wear them in some videos. But I mean, they're great. So I've been using my first one again for a couple years. It's probably getting to be about time to retire that one because the Velcro of it is sort of all coming apart. But yeah, I mean, it's great. It's stretchy. It's adjustable to whatever your head shape is. And it's just good for washing your face or doing your skincare or whatever. Okay, now here's one that I'm not happy with. So this was a lighted magnifying mirror. I think I did talk about this before in one of my videos when I was happy with it. So it was great for like doing your eyebrows, plucking things, doing, you know, if you want to, I don't know, if you want to like pull stuff out of your pores or whatever, little detailed things. It was a great lighted magnifying mirror. It has this big suction cup, and so I would use that to stick it on my bathroom mirror to hold it up at a, you know, at a height where I could use it. And the suction cup was like pretty strong. You kind of turned it and like locked it in place. It would fall down all the time. And I didn't even store it on the mirror. It would just fall down during the times when I was using it. And every time, you know, it would fall, clatter, the battery compartment would all pop out, and I think it just maybe fell one too many times because it no longer turns on. So it's still a magnifying mirror, but it's no longer lighted, and that kind of takes away a big piece of its usefulness. So I have it still like in a drawer, but I probably should just get rid of it because it really doesn't work anymore. Okay, now this felt eyeglass case, and I think the next item coming up, these were when I got my Portland Leather Goods crossbody bag. You know, it just doesn't have like a lot of pockets or organization inside, so I got this felt eyeglass case to hold my sunglasses in that bag. Still do use it, not only when I use that bag, but I have some other bags where, you know, there's just not like a good spot for my sunglasses and I want to protect them a little bit more. So this is just a nice, very simple, slim little eyeglass case. And then, yeah, the next item is this felt purse organizer. So same thing. I have a lot of purse organizers, and this probably isn't my favorite one, but I think especially for something like the Portland Leather Goods bag where it's like an unfinished interior, I like this felt fabric. And the cool thing about this organizer is there's this section that kind of cuts the inner open section in half is a little zipper pouch, and that is removable. So you could pull that out and have one large open area. You could pull that out and use it separately. So I kind of like that flexibility about it, and it has a lot of nice pockets and things, but it's probably not my personal favorite of all my many purse organizers that I have. Okay, so the next item is these mask brackets. I think I probably got this around, you know, August, September, because I remember seeing this video everybody was sharing from a teacher who was talking about, you know, we're going back to school and we're going to have to wear masks, and this will help you to be able to speak in front of your class all day. So it's basically like this plastic thing that holds the mask out a little ways from your face, so it's not, you know, getting caught in your mouth or anything. You can speak more. And so I got these for us. I think it's a set of 5. Yeah, a set of 5. We might have used them a couple of times. They don't work with a lot of the masks that we had. You really need one that's like very tight to your face to kind of hold the bracket in place. And it works better with like stretchy materials and everything. So we ended up not really using these. It's a cool idea, but we have some other masks now also that kind of just bend away from your face. And also now we're using surgical and N95 masks, so I guess you could use it with a surgical mask too, but it wasn't really necessary for us. Okay, now the Revlon one-step volumizer hairdryer brush. I did a whole video about this, so I will not rehash, except to say, you know, this has been a very viral kind of thing. A lot of people made videos about it and love it. For me, I found that it was really damaging to my hair. I think it broke off a lot of my hair. It gets so hot, like ridiculously hot. You can't even touch your hair. So I'm not a huge fan of this tool. I don't think I've used it since, you know, since I made that video probably. I really didn't notice any benefit to it or any, you know, positive outcome for my hair. So not a fan of this one personally. Okay, so this is a foaming soap pump. At our kitchen sink, we use like Dr. Bronner's soap that you can mix, you know, this much soap with this much water, and it comes out foaming. And we've been using that for years, like probably 15 plus years. And when I started using that, I got this set of 2 foaming soap pumps, and I was like, I don't even need 2, but whatever. Well, the one finally broke after many years, so then we moved on to the second one. Then the second one finally broke after many years, so I needed to find a new one. I mean, this one's fine. I don't like it as much as the original ones that I had, which don't exist anymore apparently, because it's weird. Like the bottom of it is like a suction cup, so it suctions onto whatever surface, so it doesn't move or knock over, but it's sort of like a weeble. I don't know, something about the shape. Sometimes when you use it, the whole thing just kind of like flies out from under you, and you know, maybe because it's slippery with the soap and the water, but every once in a while the whole thing just kind of falls over and falls apart. But I mean, in general, it's been fine, and knowing that it does that, we're kind of like a little more careful when we pump the soap. Functionality wise, like it works fine to make foaming soap, so I guess it's fine. Okay, the bees wrap, definitely have talked about this before. So this is beeswax reusable wraps. It's like cloth coated in beeswax, and then you kind of you can wrap food with it or cover a bowl with it or whatever. You use the warmth of your hands to sort of mold it into place. I love these. I actually got some other beeswax wrap that comes in a roll, and you can cut it to size, because what I found was this is a set of like large, medium, and small sizes, and I pretty much just used the medium and small, so I thought, you know, I would like just some more small pieces. So I got this other roll of a different brand that you can cut to size, and I made smaller pieces out of that. What I've noticed is the bees wrap is definitely like more waxy than this other type that I've tried. Really, as long as you don't like wash it with hot water or really scrub it very hard, the wax will stay on. Obviously you can like rinse it off in between uses, but I would just use cool water so you don't lose the wax. Okay, these solar torch lights were very cool. We got these for Halloween 2020 to make kind of a lighted path up our yard for people, kind of to direct them, because we made this kind of like a one-way pathway to pick up candy and then leave without crossing paths with anyone else. These were cool. They come in a set of 6, and one of them did not work from the beginning, so we were like, okay, we have 5, that's fine, that's all we need. We used them again last year, 2021, and 2 more of them died, so we're now down to 3. And they basically have been used for 2 nights. So I don't know if I would recommend these, and there's many, I mean, this exact same identical product, there's many listings under different names, you know, on Amazon and around the internet, so I don't know if I really trust any of them. When they worked, they were really cool. The flickering was very nice, realistic. They were a good size, they were pretty tall, they weren't like little, you know, teeny tiny lights on the ground. They were like a, you know, a decent size. They come with an option that you can mount them, like hang them off a wall if you want. We just used the stakes and put them in the grass. So when they worked, they were great, but they don't seem to last very long. Okay, this was I think this was also a purse related item. This is like a little clip that you put on your keychain, and it's sort of, you can then just like hook it onto anything. So I got this, it's still on my keychain, but I got it so I could hook my keys onto like the side of a pocket or something in my purse, again, when I was using my Portland Leather Goods leather purses, because they don't really have a lot of pockets and organization in them. But I think it would also be great for someone who doesn't carry a purse and might want to just like clip their keys onto their pants pocket. And it's very, I mean, it's very small. It doesn't really take up a lot of room. It's not like a big obnoxious clip keychain or anything, but I think it's a good idea if you don't want to lose your keys down in a deep bag and you don't have like a key leash or something that's built into your bag. So yeah, I still have it on my keychain. Okay, so these shoehorns, I really like using the shoehorn. They're great for like my Rothy's sneakers, which are kind of tight and stretchy, to help your foot just slide right in. Also, I do wear orthotics when I'm able to, so like when I'm wearing just regular sneakers and stuff, and these help my foot go in and like not move the orthotic around inside the shoe and get it out of place. So it works great. I did not need a set of 3, but again, it's so hard to buy just one of something on Amazon. So I have 3 now. 2 of them are regular size. I used the regular sized one. And then it also came with this like travel sized shoehorn, which doesn't really make sense because the regular size ones are like this big little small, you know, flattish piece of metal. I can't see that the travel sized one would save you that much space, but whatever. I have 3 shoehorns now. Okay, this was also for Halloween 2020, so in addition to the lamps, we decided we needed something else, again, to kind of define that path up our yard. So this is a set of like little signs and characters that you just, they come with little plastic stakes and you can stick them in the grass. They're pretty small signs, you know, it's not like a big giant banner in front of your house. But it was, again, it was fine for what we needed. So I think it actually didn't come with enough plastic stakes to be able to use all of them, because a lot of them need, you know, 2. I think I probably have 2 stakes in all of them just for stability. You could just put it on one, some of the small ones, but some of them need 2. Anyway, it didn't come with enough plastic stakes. But I just used my favorite ones out of the batch. So there's some that are like little directional looking signs or gravestones. We don't use all the different little characters. And again, it works fine for what we're doing. They're kind of plasticky. The signs themselves are sort of like corrugated plastic. Like a lawn sign, like a, you know, an election sign or something that you'd have in your yard. So I think, you know, this looks like they're $10. I don't know how much I paid for it, but I think for the price, it's fine for what we were looking for. Okay, this is my famous clip-on light. So I definitely have talked about this because I got one to put at my desk as kind of like a ring light for my desk, because I face a wall, and when I'm on video calls and stuff, you know, it's just hard to get like good lighting on my face. I was kind of turning into a silhouette in front of a lighted background. So this is great for getting light on your face. I really like that you can adjust between warm and cool. You can adjust the brightness up and down. It saves all your settings. It doesn't have a stand, you just clip it, so I just like clip it on the edge of a desk. It's a pretty heavy duty clip. I wouldn't clip it onto like your laptop. It's a pretty heavy clip, but you could clip it on your desk, or if that doesn't work, you could clip it on a shelf or a book or something else. So I love this and it's great. A little while later, maybe last year, my husband had been looking for desk lamps for his desk, and he goes, oh, this is great, I just bought a couple of these lamps, it's gonna be great. He got the exact same one I had. He has 2 of them, so he doesn't use it to light himself. He uses them as desk lamps, like to light his work surface, and so for him that works great as well. So he has them clipped on 2 different areas of his desk, and then he can really adjust them, you know, to whatever he needs to point them at that moment. So either way, if you want to use it as a ring light for your face, or, you know, task lighting at your desk, I think it's really cool. Even like you could probably clip it on your headboard and use it as a reading lamp in bed. I really like these. They're very flexible, and yeah, I love it. Still use it every day. Okay, speaking of my husband, he had broken the pull chain from the fan in his office room. To, you know, we have 2 little chains that come down, one to work the light and one to work the fan, and I think this was the one for the fan that he broke, and it's like a little ball chain, and so it kept breaking and it was getting shorter and shorter and shorter. So I ordered him this one. It's super long. I don't know how long this chain is. Oh, this says it's a 12-inch chain. Yeah, it's just a plain kind of like glass ball at the end, and that's working fine for him now as a replacement, and that's a lot longer and easier to use. Okay, this is sad. So I guess at the end of 2020, I started looking for a new office chair because the one I'd been using, first of all, I'd been sitting on it full-time for a year, and I'd had it for many years before that, and it was just like an IKEA office chair. It wasn't anything fancy or special, and I was really starting to feel it, you know, in my legs and hips and back. It was getting very uncomfortable to be sitting in that for long periods of time. So I started the hunt for a new chair. My coworkers know about my chair saga. Anyway, I got this one toward the end of the year. because I didn't want like another big black office chair, which wait till you see the chair I got. But anyway, this one looked cool because it's gray, it's something a little different, leather. It was so uncomfortable. I sat on it for like 2 days and I just couldn't. I had to go back to my old one. So I actually got rid of this. I didn't return it. I sold it in one of our like neighborhood groups. I think somebody bought it for their kid, and so hopefully it worked better for them. But yeah, it was just so uncomfortable for me. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is a set of like yard work gloves, because every time my husband went out to do some kind of yard work, I don't know where, you know, we have work gloves and I don't know where they all went. So I know when I ordered these, I think he came in and got like his snow gloves to go do something, and I was like, we need yard work like leathery gloves. So I got these. Yeah, it's 6 pairs, so we have a bunch in case they keep going missing. I just used a pair the other day to go trim some bushes, so yes, we still have them and still use them. Okay, this is cool. So I did not realize that you could get replacement wheels for your office chair. So when I got that new gray one, I also got this set of wheels, and they're actually like rollerblade wheels. So where my chair is, it's kind of half on wood and half on carpet, and it's hard to like roll over those surfaces, and it's hard just to roll on the carpet. These are amazing. It just glides over everything. So I love these wheels. However, when I had to switch back to the IKEA chair, when I got rid of that gray one, these are standard kind of wheels. You can put them on any standard office chair. IKEA chairs, of course, don't use standard wheels, so I couldn't use these on my IKEA chair. But you'll see in a second when we get to my other office chair. I have them on that one now, so they're great. Okay, so these are the Wi-Fi plugs. We'd had, I think, 2 of them before, and then I got 2 more. So we use these to plug in our Christmas tree and, you know, set it on a timer so it just comes on every evening and goes off at a certain time. We have one for our cat's water fountain because it doesn't just switch on and off, and we don't want it on all the time because we have some cats that like it and some cats that don't. So we can use this to turn it on if we need to. We have one that's hooked up to a lamp, and we have another one that hooks to another lamp, so if we ever travel, you know, we set the lamps to turn on and off at different times. You can control everything from your phone, schedule everything from the phone. They also have physical buttons on them, so if you just want to turn on the lamp right now, you just press the button. These are fantastic, especially for the price. The app is easy to use. We've used them for lots of different things, and yeah, I'm a huge fan of these Wi-Fi plugs. Okay, so here's the office chair I ended up getting. Remember when I said, oh, I don't want like a big black chair? Here's a huge black leather chair. So I was a little bit limited because I wanted like a certain seat size, and I also wanted either no arms or flip up arms because I don't use the arms most of the time. So this was the one I went with, the Kerms executive office chair. It's fine. It's you know, a big giant chair, but it has the features that I want. It's comfortable enough. I think it's like a little too much chair for me, and if I ever have to replace it, I will not get one of these big executive chairs. But I mean, it's fine for right now, and like I said, I replaced the wheels on it, so I have like my gliding rollerblade wheels, and that's very nice. But it is like a little bit more chair than I need, so you know, I probably wouldn't go with this kind again. Okay, this is my wireless charger stand. It sits on my desk, and I can charge all of my phones, anything that charges wirelessly. It holds it up as a stand, so you can also be using or watching something on your phone while it's happening. And it does fast charging, so yeah, I use it all the time, and it's great. Oh, the crystal nail file. Yeah, I got this actually as a recommendation from someone else's YouTube video, and yeah, I love it. I'm still using it currently. I was actually just thinking I should get another one to keep elsewhere. I keep this one like by my desk with all my nail supplies. But yeah, I mean, the crystal one, I had never really liked them before, so I don't know if this one's different somehow, or I'm just, you know, I like them more now, but it's a lot more gentle on your nails to file your nails, and then they just last forever because you can just wash them, you know, like wash all the dust and stuff out of them, and just keep reusing it. So I really like this. It comes in a little case, so it's not gonna like scratch stuff up like a regular nail file would. So yeah, big fan of this one. Okay, and the final item is this 6-plug USB hub. So I have this at my desk because I had so many different little chargers and lights and all different kind of things that plug in by USB, and there was just so many cords and things at my desk. So I got this to kind of organize everything. So I have, you know, that cordless or wireless charger that I just mentioned. My ring light plugs in by USB. I have a different charger for my phone headset. I have a different charger for my watch. And then I have a couple spare USB slots if I need to charge other things. And they all just plug into this little brick, and then that plugs into a single plug in my plug strip. So I don't have to have a million different little chargers plugged into my plug strip, which was making a big mess. So a big fan of this. It also supports the fast charging. So yeah, this has been working out great. So I hope that you enjoyed this review of my 2020 Amazon purchases. If you did, please give me a thumbs up so I know you liked it, and leave me a comment. Maybe let me know what you were interested in seeing or what surprised you, or if you have a favorite thing from 2020 that you bought on Amazon. Also, if you really like this, I can do one for 2020 purchases. Obviously, it's a little too early for 2022. I could even go back and do 2019 or earlier, but I think my Amazon shopping habits have really changed in the last couple years, so it might not be as long or interesting, but if you enjoy these kind of things and you want to see something like that, let me know. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!